Hey guys, good afternoon. Wanted to go ahead and do an update on the Ford Ranger Wildtrak, which we've now owned for right at 3 months, close to it anyway. If you want to know about the cost and the process we went through to purchase the vehicle in the Philippines, take a look at our first vlog on the Wildtrak. I think I mentioned to you that I was going to do this little update video, kind of talk a little bit more about the truck itself. A lot of you guys have reached out to me and shared that the information about Navy Federal Credit Union was very helpful, very beneficial to you. I love to hear that. If anything I can possibly do to help somebody, that's always a benefit for everybody. So, a buddy of mine, turned me on to the information, and I was able to share it with you guys, and some of you have already done it, used it, taken advantage of it, so that's good. Oh, let me show you let me show you my 6-month-old puppy. This is Anya. Some of you have seen her in one or two of my earlier vlogs. She is getting big. She's really added a lot to our family. She's just really a wonderful dog. So super smart. Kind of scary looking. She's so big, and she's still growing. I don't know how big she's going to be when it's all over with. But anyway, say hi to Anya. Say hi, Anya. All right, back to the truck. So first, before I forget, we had a little drama. I had gone to the market in Cuyapo. Parking's always challenging. They don't build anything here business-wise to accommodate vehicles, vehicles, trucks, cars, that type of thing. Things here, businesses accommodate tricycles, scooters, motorcycles, that type of vehicle is what they accommodate. So finding parking spots is always challenging. And that's why one of the reasons somebody asked me, hey, why didn't you just get the Raptor? Which is a pretty cool looking truck. I love the way they look. But this Wildtrak's big enough. And like I said, it's challenging enough to find parking spots. I didn't even want to attempt to do that in something like the Raptor. Found a spot back around the Purak 5 Barangay Hall or whatever. They were doing some concrete work back there. They had some of the places cordoned off. So it was one little spot that I saw. It was actually right on the road. I'll put a picture in here. It looks like where somebody had built something out into the road, and maybe at one time had some kind of barricade made with 4-inch metal pipe, and had cut it off. I did not see the pipe, and I just saw a place where I could possibly park the truck and get it out of the road where Jen could go and do what she needed to do at the market. But I hit one of these pipes that was about 6 to 8 inches off out of the ground. And I hit it on the sidewall on my front right tire. I'll show you. This is it right here. This is a 3-month-old Goodyear Wrangler tire. It came on the truck. And that's what that pipe did to me. So the tire's ruined. We went from there. Of course, I never changed a flat on this vehicle, so I had to, figure out where's the jack and where's the tools and how to get the spare tire down. I taught myself very quickly all of that. But a couple other guys came, and everybody just kind of pitched in. I can do it, no problem. Getting down, up and down off the ground sometimes is difficult for me with these artificial knees. So it was nice to have Uncle Ganny, one of the guys, the tricycle drivers that we are friends with, and my wife's family's been friends with for years. He pulled up, and he was a big help in getting that tire off for me. Thank goodness the lug nuts were not on tight, so it was a pretty easy change. We were going on, at that point, I had a doctor's appointment at Medical City Clark, and we went on to Angeles. And I thought, okay, it's a great place. There's no tire shops here in Cuyapo. Thought this is a great place to look for a replacement tire. And that turned out to be a huge joke. I have been, as of today, I have been to 15 or more, I've lost count, tire shops and Ford dealerships combined, and have yet to have anyone tell me that the tire size that comes on this vehicle is available. And here's the crazy part. Hundreds of these trucks have been sold since they came out with this next generation Ranger Wildtrak. I know for a fact because I see them all over the roads. But heads up, guys, if you destroy one of your tires on your truck, you are not going to find the same tire. Every shop wanted to put on a different size. The dealership where I bought it, it took them 2 days, but they finally got back with me and said, we found the tire, Goodyear Wrangler, same size, but it's all-terrain tire, not a highway tire. These are highway tires. These are HTs that are on this vehicle. I said, so you want me to put an all-terrain tire on my truck and the other 3 are highway tires? I said, that's crazy. Just like putting on different sizes are crazy. So I had a bright idea. I thought, okay, Rick, just take the spare tire and put it on the rim and then go get you an offside, whatever's more readily available size that you can, doesn't have to be the same brand or whatever, just put it on your spare. Guess what? The spare tire is not only a different brand, it's a different size. It's a different rim size, which I thought was nuts. So here's the deal. You got 4 Goodyear Wrangler 255/65 R18s are what come on the truck. Your spare is a Bridgestone Dueler, which I happen to love. Bridgestone Duelers, my favorite tire on earth. But it's a 255/60/17. That makes no sense to me. Anyway, finally found a place in Pampanga, San Fernando, Pampanga. I talked to the owner, big tire shop. He's the only one who felt confident that he could locate this tire, this exact size, but it might take him a couple of weeks to get it. And I told him that would be wonderful. So I haven't gotten confirmation that they've got it on the way, but I'm crossing my fingers, saying a little prayer every morning. In the meantime, I'm riding on my spare and hoping that I don't destroy another tire, because if I do, we're screwed. So be aware of that. That's really the biggest problem I've had with this truck, is that right there. You're not why Ford would not put the word out to their dealers and tire shops or whoever supplies these tires, what size tire comes on these trucks, and people start stocking them. I don't understand it. I understand it's only been 3 months since I bought it, but you know, it is what it is. I need a tire. Anyway, so let me just kind of show you our baby. We named her Baby 4. Our old Santa Fe used to be Baby Faye, and this one got named Baby 4. But I'm just going to do a little walk around for you. A little plug for my Air Force up there on the window. We do actually have our license tag, which is, I was told, could be years to get that, but it came in pretty quick. And it's just a pretty truck. Now the tinting, let me talk about that. We did that through the dealership. I went with a visor tint on the front. Most of the people here, I would say, they tint their entire front windshield, which I just don't like, because I like to be able to see at night. There's so many hazards on the road here at night. You need to be able to see good. Now, the benefit, the plus here is the lighting system. This is a LED high performance lighting system. I've never seen anything like it. It literally changes, and y'all may be familiar with this technology. I don't know. I've never seen it. The lights move with your turning the vehicle, and also when it's an automatic, it senses lights in front of you, and it actually dims the light on that, wherever that light's coming from. So the rest of it's bright and lit up, but whoever's approaching you, if it's a tricycle or scooter or whatever, you're not blinding them. So really smart lighting system. Loving it. Maybe won't love it so much when it has problems, but right now I'm loving it. It is the coolest thing I think I've ever seen. This is a bi-turbo diesel. Now the Santa Fe we had was a single turbo, and that sucker was fast. I mean, it was fast. But this bi-turbo, good gosh, this thing, when it kicks in, it just hauls butt. It just really does. Back to the tinting. Sorry, I got off track. So I did a visor tint on the front. I did a kind of a medium tint on the driver's side, and then I went dark tint on back passenger seats and back window. And this is a new tint that I'm not familiar with, called ceramic tint. I had never heard of it, but I did a little research. I believe the brand is Optic. I think it's German, but I'm not totally sure. Don't quote me on that. What a difference. If I had the front windshield completely tinted, the inside of this truck would stay cool most likely all day long. But as it is, it's still, when we have to park it out in the sun, still very comfortable after being parked in the harsh Philippine tropical sun. It just doesn't fit. The ceramic tint just, I guess the reflectivity is incredible on it. So paid a little extra for this than just regular reflective tint, and I would tell you that it's worth it. That's my opinion. Yeah, it's worth it to me. The only thing I plan to do, I'm not a big aftermarket guy. I like the way this truck is fitted out with different accessories. The only thing I plan to do is put a bed cover, and I've looked at all kinds of the trifold and the tonneau cover and a top lift. I think where just this whole thing just lifts up, and then roller. And I'm real partial to the roller. For one, I like to be able to completely open this up. The top lift, the only thing that concerned me was the fact that I'm limited on how high of an object I can put in here. If I need to stack something up pretty tall, I'm limited on that. Other than that, I kind of like the way it keeps the bed covered, even when it's in the up position. It seem to be readily available, these top lift covers do. And they're very popular here. But I like the roll type. Takes up minimal room towards the cab, and you can completely open it up. You're not restricted on your height at all, but yet still offers waterproof protection. If for some reason we're having to carry luggage or something back here on our way to Naiya, to the airport, we don't have to worry about it. So that's probably the only thing I'm going to do. I've priced them. They're about 20. I think the cheapest price I found is about $23,000 for a roll top bed cover. Other than that, I'm keeping it like it is. Maybe someday, years from now, when I have to replace all my tires, I might go to a little beefier tire, beefier rim. I do like a little bit bigger wheel than what I have, but I'm very happy with what's here, and it's super, super comfortable ride. Let's get inside, crank it up, let you hear it. Let me get this out of here. I just had it clean for y'all. And let me say this. Out here in the province, we've been very dry. I think I mentioned how long it's been since we've had rain. I get this thing washed. And by the way, here's the cool part, guys. There are no automated car washes here. I know we're very used to that, at least in Texas. Just drive in and it takes you through. Usually they're about $10 or more. Here, they're all done by hand. Hard-working guys. There's several in Cuyapo. There's one my wife likes, and I took it in there just first time I'd taken it in. Little wing place across the street. Went over and got me some wings while they were washing it. 180 pesos. That is about $3.50. Inside and out, detailed cleaning. Problem is, once you leave, by the time I get home, it's covered in dust. And that's part of the problem, is the color. I got a black pickup truck, which honestly I didn't want. I love black pickup trucks when they're clean. They're beautiful. They're in a more beautiful vehicle on the road, but they show everything. And I really wanted white. And I think I shared with y'all that if I were to have gotten a white Wildtrak, it would have been 3 months before they could have gotten it gotten it in. And I just didn't think our SUV could handle the beating that these roads give for that long. So I just, you know, sucked it up, went with the black, but you know, it's like I said, it's hard to keep clean. Now, that's just what it is. So let me kind of show you in here. This truck comes, this is it's a beautiful cab. I mean, it was probably the prettiest cab I've ever had on a truck. All leather seats, beautifully stitched, nothing tacky. I'm not into tacky looking stuff. I did buy these. See, it came with car floor mats, but I got these off Lazada for like 1,200 pesos, which is about a little over 20 bucks. Come from Thailand, and they're wonderful. I mean, they got front and back, as you can see. They cover. They're called deep well mats. They're a plastic rubberized type material, but very protective of your interior. And I got rid of the cloth ones that came with it. Super, super cheap. Let's get up here and crank this thing up. It is probably, our last vehicle was diesel, and that's actually the first diesel passenger car I'd ever had. And it was quiet for a diesel, I thought, because I'm used to school buses and things like that, and they're really loud. This one's even quieter. So let's get this. Hold on a second. I think I've mentioned this before. This thing is kind of like a computer on wheels, which could be good, could be bad. There is a lot of benefit. You can see I have 360 cameras. I will just be honest with you, even in 3 months, I don't know everything this thing can do. It can do a lot of stuff, but it's got the dual air conditioning. You can set, you know, my wife can have her temperature, and you know how all that stuff goes. Cools very quickly. Does come with a heater. I don't know why. We certainly don't need it. Although I will tell you, when we went to Baguio, last time we went to Baguio, it was pretty darn cool, and I actually turned on the heater because I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt, not having planned well for Baguio's weather. And yeah, the heater works fine. It also has rear window defrost. Not sure why that's there. But this is it. I will tell you, of all the features I do know so far, the only one I just simply don't care for, and I've had them in other vehicles, I just don't care for it, and that is the driver assist stuff. Simply because I just like to drive the vehicle. I like to park the vehicle. I like to change lanes when I need to change lanes. This car doesn't, it just, if that system's on, it doesn't like a lot of things that you do. And I'm sure it's all to make me a better driver, but bothers me. Here's the cool thing is, by hitting that button, no more driver assist. Still lets me know if I'm getting too close. It will still do the automatic stop and that type of thing. You can actually, what I like about this, I had a Trailhawk, a Cherokee Trailhawk that had all of this stuff on it, but you could not turn it off, and I did not like that at all. This one, and I don't know exactly how to get to all of it, but it will allow you to set all your own settings, turn off whatever you want to turn off in regards to the driver assist. And I like having that option. That's a huge bonus for me. Matter of fact, if I had not been able to do that, I may not have bought this vehicle. The things that I love the most about this truck, one is the ride. It is super comfortable. It handles this incredibly horrible road we have out going to Cuyapo. Matter of fact, the faster you drive, the better it handles it. It's just crazy. I don't worry anymore about the suspension being torn up. This truck is built for this. I can't be happier with the performance. I was a little concerned about 10-speed transmission. Never had that. Don't even notice it. I mean, it shifts, just goes through those 10 gears like it's no big deal. Like any diesel that I've driven, there's a slight delay when you go to punch the gas. Really about the only thing different that I see between it and a gasoline engine, that and the mileage. This thing gets about 38 miles to the gallon. That's just nuts. I didn't even know they made pickups that could do that. when I fill this thing up, I get 1,000 kilometers out of a tank, and it's not that big a tank compared to other trucks I've had. So super pleased with the gas mileage, the performance of it, how it handles. Love the lights. It just really lights. I've had to put extra LEDs on other vehicles in my past just to be able to light up a road really good. This one I don't have to add anything. This sucker lights up everything. It's just wonderful. Guys, that's it. I'm not going to go all over all the little tiny things, because again, I don't even know everything this thing will do. Oh, it does have I just did this about a week and a half ago. I downloaded the Ford app, and here in Philippines, and I can actually start the car remotely, and it'll run for 15 minutes on its own before it shuts down. That's, you know, I've actually used it to cool the cab down. My wife likes to get in a cool truck, and if we are out in the sun, even though this tent does a really good job of maintaining a comfortable temperature, it still can get it can get warm when it's 100 degrees outside. This allows me to start it from anywhere. Start it, shut it off, unlock the doors, lock the doors, roll the windows down. I can do all of that through the app. Also, the app provides me with lots of diagnostic, you know, when's my next oil change, filters, and any error codes that might pop up, which I haven't had any. It told me the other day that my washer fluid was low, and I guess they didn't put any in it when the dealership turned it over to me, because I haven't actually used the windshield wipers. It does have automatic windshield wipers. We had a little bit of a sprinkle up in Baguio, and these things just kind of came on, and they just stopped working when the windshield was dry. Does a lot of stuff for you. Forgive me if this is all stuff that you guys have had for years. I just have. My last vehicle was a 2009 Toyota Tacoma, and it wasn't what I'd call loaded. This is all kind of new technology for me. I guess our Cherokee Trailhawk had some of this stuff, but I hated to drive it because of that. But this one is very comfortable, and it allows me to turn on and off any features that I don't like, which I think is important. I think you should, you know, I'm all about freedom, guys. I don't like people telling me what features I have to have on my pickup truck. This one lets me figure it out on my own. All right, let me show you under the hood real quick. That's probably the last thing I'm going to do, and then we'll shut this thing off. But I'm surprised at how much room is under the hood on this truck. You know, nowadays most vehicles, there's no room to move around inside of a hood. But that's it. That is the engine. So, I'm going to leave it there. The 2023 Ford Ranger Wildtrak 4x4. I feel good about my purchase. Not happy about the tires. I don't think I need to talk about that anymore. Ford, you need to get us some tires in the Philippines so we can, you know, so people don't go through what I've been through trying to locate a tire. Anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Say goodbye to Anya. She's hot. Literally. All right, y'all be good. Talk to you soon. The good. The bad. The Philippines.